everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamika. This is Library of Tomes, where I talk to you about all the bookish things going on in my life. Hi, welcome back. I hope y'all are doing great. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around someone? Today I wanted to bring you a list of manga recommendations for romance readers. So I wanted to give you all 5 recommendations for where you should start as a romance reader. I think these are all good series that you could get into, that you could really enjoy as a romance reader. They have romantic elements, or they are just straight up romances, or erotic in some way. So yeah, these are all ones I think that my romance friends would love, so let's hop into it. So let's start with a very sweet one, and let's start with Alter Ego. This is a Yuri girl love manga, so it's sapphic, and I know, go ahead and say it to make all you read sapphic. I know, hi. I had to talk about it. I only have 2 sapphics on this list though, so y'all should be proud of me. This one essentially is following our heroine, who is in love with her best friend. Her best friend does not have the same feelings for her, and her best friend gets into a relationship with a guy, and she's very unhappy about the whole thing. And then we have another character who is the other best friend of our heroine's best friend, and they have a very not great relationship because the other one is very jealous of the other girl. So our lead girl is very jealous of our other character, and they end up having a relationship with one another. They end up developing a relationship between the two of them. It is very much like dislike to love, and kind of rivals to lovers in a way, because they are not on good terms with one another. So this one is just a really cute one, and I absolutely adored this. I loved seeing them come together and then bond because of this girl in their life, because they both have mutual feelings for her, and then they get to develop a beautiful friendship, and then eventually a romance. So the next one is I Can't Believe I Slept With You, and this actually only has 1 volume out in English right now. The other 2 are, there are 2 more that haven't been translated. These are out by 7 Seas, and I'm really enjoying the series already. I've only read the first volume because it's the only one that I can read, but it is fantastic. So essentially this one is following 2 people. We have our tenant and a landlord. This is a Yuri girl love. We have a 19-year-old landlord and a 24-year-old who is really struggling to pay her bills. We have our landlord who gives her an arrangement so that she will take money off of her rent in exchange for sexual favors. She does have her sleep with her in the beginning of the book, so there is some, not exactly non-con, but some dub-con going on in this. So if you're kind of wary about dub-con, or if you really like dub-con, just know that going into this. This is definitely not a perfect situation. I feel like this is definitely a sticky, tricky situation, and if this is something that you kind of don't like, I wouldn't really recommend you go into it, because if that's going to make you feel icky, you're going to kind of feel icky the whole time, but I quite enjoyed it. So then we have Fire in His Fingertips. I am not doing a manga for romance readers unless I talk about Fire in His Fingertips, because this is quite literally perfection. This is literally like the perfect thing for me to recommend to romance readers, especially romance readers who love smut. Like this is smut. This is manga and smut in manga form. This is hentai. There's not much of a plot here. So we have our main plot, which is our heroine and her childhood best friend end up having a friends with benefits kind of relationship. There's some dubious consent here. She does say no quite often, but she actually enjoys it. It's quite weird. You have to read it to kind of understand, but there is some dub-con in here. The thing I really love about this series is she's trying to set him up on dates, and he's like, I'm interested in you. So she gets into her building starts to burn down, like she's in a fire in her apartment complex, and he comes to the rescue, and he's a firefighter, and this, that, and the other. They have a very sexual relationship, and it's beautiful. I love it. Cannot wait for volume 3. Then I have Beauty Bunny, which is a series that has about 8 volumes in it. I've read the first 2, and I have loved both of those volumes. This is a series about a girl who's basically kind of a tomboy. She does not present super feminine. She does not present like the typical beautiful girl. Her mother is very interested in external beauty and like beauty standards, and she is just not interested in that at all. And she goes to the school where this one guy will pick girls to become his bunny, and he will make them beautiful. They become like a very popular, coveted kind of person at the school, and it's believed that he sleeps with his bunnies, and that's how you end up becoming a bunny, is you have to sleep with him. And our heroine becomes a bunny because he's very interested in her. So their relationship is not a full-blown romance yet. They are quite cute. You can definitely feel the tension between the two of them, and they're definitely gonna have a romance at some point in the series. So I had to throw it on here because it's just such an interesting take, and I loved it. So the last one I want to talk about is Pleasure and Corruption, which is one that I feel like I don't stop talking about. Like, I feel like I talk about it often. This is definitely a series that is not for everyone. This is one that I would recommend for my romance readers who enjoy BDSM or enjoy taboo topic. This is definitely a manga that I would recommend to the people who read a lot of what I read on this channel. So a lot of dark romance, a lot of taboo romance, a lot of BDSM, things of that nature is the kind of people I would recommend this for. So essentially what we have is we have our two main characters in this series. We have our dominant, who is our female lead character, and we have our submissive, who is our male lead character. Our male lead character is going around taking pictures up and underneath girls' skirts, and our heroine catches him. And instead of ratting on him, she says, listen, in exchange for me not ratting on you, not telling on you, you have to become my submissive and you have to do whatever I want. And he essentially becomes her sex slave in a way. She is a rigger, so she likes to tie him up. She likes to humiliate him a lot. So like she's super into humiliation and just different things like that. I would consider her more of a sadist than anything. And our hero doesn't really know that he's interested in this until he starts performing it with her and like starts getting into it with her. And he gets to a point where he needs it. So he needs this release of being a submissive. So what I'll tell you about this one, why I say this is taboo, this is high school students. This is not adults. This is high school students. In my head, I aged them up, which is why I was able to read it so easily. If you don't have issues with that, you're gonna be fine. But I will tell you, I aged them up in my head. You never see anything explicit on page, but you know it's happening. So it's like, you know what they're doing, you just can't see what they're doing, if that makes sense. But I love this series, cannot wait. I think this one has actually been banned on Amazon, because unless I pre-order it, I don't get the books from Amazon, because I have to get them from Right Stuff or through other means. So I think I'm able to get like volume 6 pre-ordered right now, but I have to buy volume 4 and 5 because I can't get them through Amazon because I think they've been removed. I think the only one on Amazon right now is like volume 3. So those are all of the manga that I recommend for romance readers. Let me know down in the comments if you want any more catered recommendations, like if you want manga for specific tropes or if you want manga in like specific ways. I do plan on doing different genres of manga, so I do plan on doing a horror recommendation at some point in the near future, because y'all know I love my horror manga. So if y'all want any specific recommendations or specific tropes, leave those down below and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. But yeah, these are my manga recs for romance readers. If you're still here, leave me the yellow heart emoji down in the comments and I will chat with y'all in my next one. Bye everyone.
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like